Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, as-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulihil Kareem, wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man istanna bi sunnatihi ila yawmiddin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers. This week we'll talk about a few incidents that happened just after the incident or the expulsion of Banu Nadir that we explained last week. So these incidents are not related together, but in the books of Seerah, they even happened after the next big battle. So that's why I get together all those few incidents, and I'm just going to describe those ones. Because after this, the life in Medina of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is all about battles, basically. Most of the Seerah book, if you open the book, there's one battle after, because he lived in Medina for 10 years. 10 years he lived, and he almost to participate like big 7 battles, big battles like 7, and there are small battles like more than 11 battles or something like this. So almost 18 or 19 battles in 10 years. So the life in Medina is mostly the stories of the battle. So these are the small stories in between the battles that we found in the book. So the first story today is the story of the Hebrew language. So Rasulullah realized that the two Jewish tribes, now he has dealing with two Jewish tribes, and both of them they're expelled from the Medina, and he realized that because their books, the Torah and Injil, is in Hebrew language, and Allah said in the Quran so many times that their books have the clear information about coming of the last prophet, but they're still trying to hide that thing. So considering all these things, Rasulullah advised Zaid ibn Sabit. So this is not Zaid ibn Haris, this is Zaid ibn Sabit. He is a very young Sahaba. And what happened is that Zaid was a Sahaba from the Medina. And when Rasulullah came into Medina, he was a very small boy, like probably 10 or 11 years old. And people of Medina, the Muslims of Medina, brought him in front of Rasulullah, saying that he already learned few surahs. Like we do, like if our children know some surahs, and some big sheikh come to our house, we say, look, sheikh, my child, my daughter, my son can recite this surah. So they brought Zaid to ask Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, he already learned, before you come, he already learned this big surah for you. So, and then he recited some surahs. So Rasulullah was very impressed with him. And that's why Zaid ibn Sabit, Rasulullah took him, with him. He was one of the main scriber of the writing of the Quran. So, that time Rasulullah didn't have a paper, but they used to write Quran. As you all know the story that, in the bone or in the stone or in the what do you call it, parchment, all this kind of, in the leather, they used to write. And Zaid ibn Sabit was one of them. And that's why when Rasulullah passed away, and Abu Bakr and Umar, both of them feel that the need of compiling the Quran in one book, because a lot of Sahaba died in the battle of Ridda, the first battle in the life of Abu Bakr. So Umar insisted that to Abu Bakr that we should compile the Quran, because Quran is in the heart of the people, but these people are getting shahada, so we need to compile it, and that's why they call Zaid ibn Sabit. Because he was very young at that time, like probably 17, 18 or something like this, and they give the whole responsibility. You are the project manager, basically. You are the project manager, you have to compile the Quran, because you are the main Sahaba. And he did a very wonderful job. Even not only this time, in the time of Usman, the Musab that we have now, this is Usmani Musab, when we have the dots, and then the Fatha, Kasra, Dhamma, all these things, this is when the Usmani Kitab started. That time also, they called Zaid ibn Sabit, and he was the main of the council who were in charge of making the Quran, available and make it in one go. And because and also it's been mentioned in few hadiths that the last year of the Rasulullah, when, as we all know, we tell this hadith all the time in the Ramadan time, that during the last Ramadan of the life of Rasulullah, Jibril came and Rasulullah recited the Quran twice, from beginning to the end. Rasulullah recited the Quran beginning to the end twice with Jibril alayhi salam, because this is the last year, and as we all know. And that time it's mentioned in lots of books that Zaid was present, and he saw how Rasulullah recited the Quran and everything. And that's why there is a debate between the scholars. The organization of the Musaf, like the first Surah Fatiha, then Baqarah, then Ali Imran, then An-Nisa, then Al-Ma'idah, all this surah, who organized this? Is it Sahaba? So a lot of scholars say, no, this is the Sahaba, they did it. Some say, no, Rasulullah recited the same way. So it is from Rasulullah. So there is a debate, but anyway, this is how Allah preserved the Quran for us. So this is the right way, because Allah said the Quran will be preserved, this is from me, and I will preserve this one, and this is why Allah preserved the Quran for us. So Zaid was played a great role, a great contribution in this compilation of the Quran. The next story is about the ayah of Surah Al-Baqarah 256. A very interesting story, and I think a lot of us don't know. We know the ayah, probably most of us, but we don't know the story, and I found it very interesting. Before the Islam in Medina, there was a tradition. If a lady has miscarriage few times, then she make a vow, because that time they are not Muslim, remember. So they made a vow to whatever god they worship or something, that if I have a son after so many miscarriages, because I'm failing every time, I will make this son a Jew. Why Jew? Because Medinan people, all the groups of the Medina they have, the Aus and Khajraj, they used to know that Jewish are the educated people. They have the books. They are knowledgeable and everything. So they know they are the upper class of Medina. They always know that they always feel that, even the people of Makkah also, they know that the Jewish are upper class. Because they had prophet, they had books, they have all the knowledge and everything. So they said, if I have a son, this time I will give them to these people and he will become a Jew. And that's what's happened. Lot of people, like a lot of parents, they have their son growing up in the madrasa of Jewish. Because this is how they grow up. And now when this two Jewish group is already gone from Medina, and those children, their parents now Muslim. So their parents is now Muslim, but the child, the son is Jewish now. So, and all the Jewish are going from Medina. So the parents obviously wanted that, my son should stay with me. So they went to their children. The children are probably 15 years old, some probably 17, some probably 20 years old, young people. And they said, oh look son, we are Muslim now, we are Islam now. We accepted Islam, our Prophet is here, so you accept Islam and stay with us. Why are you living with them? But a lot of the son, because they grew up, it's a psychology of the human thing, not everybody will accept Islam right way. So they thought, no, we grew up here, because they studied the book and everything, they thought whatever their sheikhs is saying, because their sheikh are the Jewish people, the rabbi. So that's right. So they didn't want to become Muslim. And they left, almost a lot of them left with this Banu Nadir group. And Banu Nadir was a big group, so most of the people were with the Banu Nadir, that expulsion happened. So the parents wanted to force the children to become a Muslim. And that time Allah revealed this beautiful ayah, La ikraha fid din, qad tabayyana rushdu min al-ghayy. There is no compulsion in the religion. And the truth is clear from the falsehood. So and this is the ayah. Actually this ayah is for the Muslim of the Medina. Allah is saying, don't force your people. The truth is very clear, and whatever they know, they will accept Islam if they know it is truth. If not, let them go. And this is the ayah. And do you know the ayah before it, 255? Do you know which ayah is that? 255. Anybody knows? Except Sheikh. Ayatul Kursi. So the greatest ayah of the Quran is 255, and just after that ayah, there's this ayah 256. And there's a lot of things about this ayah, like if you want to go talk about that, it will take a long time. Anyway, so this is one of the story of that. So I forgot to mention the Zaid ibn Sabit. He was also used to go in the young age to the madrasa of the Jewish people. That's why he learned the Hebrew language in 2 weeks. He learned the Hebrew language in 2 weeks because he had the knowledge of, he used to go to their madrasa and everything in the Jewish tribe. So this is the story of the Surah Al-Baqarah, ayah 256. The next story, the birth of Hassan radiallahu ta'ala an. And you know who is Hassan? He is the first grandson of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Fatima, she became pregnant, and Ali radiallahu ta'ala informed Rasulullah that Fatima has given birth to Hassan radiallahu ta'ala an. And Rasulullah was so happy. He said to Ali, bring my son to me. He always used to call them son. Although they are his grandson, but he used to call them son. He said, bring my son to me. And then Ali brought the son Hassan to Rasulullah. He took him, he kissed him, and then Rasulullah asked him, what is the name you given to him? So Ali said, I name him Al-Harb. Harb means war. That's a very common name at that time for the Arab people. Al-Harb is, they used to give different names. They have different names for the war because it's like a manly name. The war. He's the warrior, something like this. But then Rasulullah, no, he is not Al-Harb. He is beauty. He is Hassan. And khalas, from that, his name is Hassan. And his younger brother, next in 11 months, Hussein was born. So without asking any question, Hassan means beauty, as you all know. Hussein means smaller beauty. So, Arab used to give names like this, Jibal and Jubul, like, the big mountain, small mountain. So Hassan's younger brother is Hussein. And as you all know that, Rasulullah used to pray, and this is the Hassan who used to come and, climb on his, back, and Rasulullah used to live in the sujud like this. One day what happened, Rasulullah was, in the khutbah of Jummah, he was doing a khutbah in the mimbar, and both Hassan and Hussein coming from the door, and he saw them, and they tripped, because they were wearing big thobe, they tripped, and Rasulullah stopped the khutbah. He went down and, get both of them in their hand. One is Hassan, one is Hussein. He came back to the mimbar and he said, he recited the ayah from Surah Taghabun. He said, verily Allah said, the women and children is a fitna for you. Because he had to stop the khutbah and go, because he loved them so much, and he did that so. And also, in another hadith, there's a prediction of, and that's what happened actually. Rasulullah said with Hassan that this son of mine, he is a Sayyid. Sayyid means, basically Sayyid means nowadays, whoever has the, lineage to Rasulullah, that means Sayyid. But Sayyid means leader. So this son of mine, Hassan, he will be a Sayyid. And he will bring peace between two Muslim groups. And this is what Rasulullah said when he was alive, with holding Hassan in his hand. And that's what happened. When Ali passed away, Hassan became the Khalifa, because he is Ali's son. And everybody in Medina give bayah to Hassan, that yes, Hassan will be the Khalifa. But at the same time, in the other place, in Sham, Muawiyah became the Khalifa also. The people of the Sham, they give him bayah too. So this is the only time that in Islam, there's two Khalifa at the same time. Hassan is in Medina, and Muawiyah radhiyallahu anhu over there. And there was a tension between the two groups. And because of the tension and everything, people getting agitated and everything, there was about to have a fight or something like this. But then Hassan radhiyallahu anhu, he said, no, I don't need Khalifa. I need peace in the brotherhood. And basically the offer came from Muawiyah. Muawiyah said, radhiyallahu anhu, that, oh Hassan, try to do something that, people don't shed blood, and, we become one ummah again. Then Hassan said, okay. He understood his language, because Muawiyah was, senior to him and everything. So he said, okay, I will give up my Khalifa, and you become the Khalifa of the Muslim Ummah, and because you deserve more. So that's what he did. And because that's why the peace came again, and everybody was happy with his decision. And also, we don't know, we always talk that we have four Khulafa. We have four Khulafa, Abu Bakr, Umar, Usman, and Ali. But Rasulullah, when he said, a very authentic hadith in Bukhari, he said, after me, the Khulafa will be the Khilafat, the righteous Khilafat will be for 30 years. The righteous Khilafat will be for 30 years. And when Ali died, it was 29 years and 6 months. And Hassan was Khalifa for 6 more months. So it's exactly same month. If you count the months, the Rasulullah, the day Abu Bakr became Khalifa, and day Hassan left his Khalifa, he's the last Khalifa. So actually we have 5 Khalifa, and Hassan is the 5th one. Because if you don't count Hassan as a Khalifa, that 6 months is not there. Because Ali died when it was 29 years and 6 months for the Khilafat, for 4 Khalifa, and Hassan was there. And Muawiyah became a Khalifa, but that is the starting of a new kingdom. That is the kingship started, and that is the dynasty of Umayyad dynasty. It started from there. So every Sahaba was, alhamdulillah, there in the right path. Yeah, some are more closer to the truth, some are probably less closer to the truth, but Allah knows the best. So this is whatever we talked about Hassan today. And there's more to say about him than what happened later on, but it's not the discussion in the Seerah today, inshallah ta'ala. And the last story today, a small battle, a battle of Al-Muraisiyah. This battle, nothing happened in the battle that much. It's a very small story. But what happened after the battle, that is more very, very important. And we'll talk about it, inshallah ta'ala, next week. So that's more important. So what happened, there's a tribe called Banul Mustalak. Banul Mustalak, they are close to Medina. So, they were still non-Muslim and everything. And they had, their trade was hampered by all this battle of Uhud and Badr. They cannot go to the, Syria and everything. So they planned basically to attack the Medina, to attack the Muslim. Rasulullah sent a Sahaba to them, and that Sahaba went to these people, and the leader was Al-Haris. The leader was Al-Haris of this tribe, and that Sahaba, radhiyallahu anh, he actually pretended that he is a Bedouin, and he said, look, I want to join your team. I thought you're planning to make a fight with the Medina. I want to join your team, and I want to take the share. So Al-Haris, he didn't check any security check or anything. He said, okay, you come, join us. But that is a trip, and it is allowed in the war that, you're not doing treachery, but you're pretending something for information. So that Sahaba confirmed that yes, Rasulullah they are planning to attack. So before they attack, Rasulullah gathered almost 700 people and did a surprise attack in the Fajr time, and they were completely shocked. They couldn't even fight. They don't have any weapon to take care. Like some of them are going to the toilet, some of them are going here and there. So quickly they gathered together and they gave up. They surrendered to Rasulullah, and Rasulullah captured all the people as a prisoner of wars. Only the leader Al-Haris, he ran away, he escaped. And everybody, all the Sahaba, they got their own prisoner of war bring to Medina. And in one of them, the daughter of the leader, Juwairiya radhiyallahu anha, she will become our one of our Ummahatul Mu'minin. So she was also captured. Because she was the daughter of the leader and she had money and everything, so she was with the Sahaba Sabit bin Qais. So she was under the Sahaba Sabit bin Qais, and she said to Sabit, look, I have money, so you deal with me how much you want. I want my freedom. I don't want to be a slave because I'm the leader of the daughter, everything. And that was the rule in Islamic Sharia. If you read what is the ruling of slave, you will be amazed. We shouldn't even say that Islam do slavery. This is not slavery even. It's completely different than what happened in America and some other places, capturing free people and making slaves. Islam gives so many things in the slaves. You will be astonished to know that, how come this is a slavery? So many rights and everything. Even a slave, if he wants to get freedom, if you can deal with him, like, okay, look, I'll give you $1,000. I don't want to be your slave. So if you are a fair Muslim, you say, yes, that's fine. I give you 3 months. You work hard. If you earn $1,000, it's yours. And there's a lot of other rules. I don't want to go into that tangent now, but there's a lot of things in slavery in Islam, which is amazing. Anyway, so she is the daughter of the leader, and she asked the Sabit to make the deal, and Sabit is agreed with that one. But now she needs help and approval for the money, how to get the money, because all the money has been captured. Her money is captured and everything. So she went to Rasulullah Sallallahu to ask for the help. And this hadith is narrated by Aisha radhiyallahu anha. Aisha radhiyallahu anha said, when he saw Juwairiya, she said, she was a very beautiful lady, nice complexion and everything. And then as soon as I saw her, I started hating her. Why? Just as Aisha radhiyallahu anha say, as soon as I said Juwairiya, I started hating her, because I know what I see in her, Rasulullah will see in her. So it's a human thing. There's nothing wrong to understand this. So because she was very beautiful, so Rasulullah said to her, look, you are asking for money and everything, I give you something better. I will free you, and as your mahar, I will give you that money to get you free, if you agree to marry with me. So Juwairiya, she was a smart lady and everything. She said, of course, I am ready to accept your proposal. I will marry you. So Rasulullah married Juwairiya, and the mahar was the money that given to the Sahaba to free. Once she was married to Rasulullah, all the Sahaba, they thought, look, this tribe is now the in-laws of Rasulullah. Rasulullah, married with the leader, the daughter of the leaders. So how can we capture them? So slowly they let go all the prisoner of the war. And later on, after a few weeks or few months, actually probably a few weeks, the father, he heard this news that the daughter got captured. He didn't know that she's got married. So Al-Harisa came back, and she said to Rasulullah, look, you captured everything, I'm happy, no problem, but give me my daughter back, because I want to buy my daughter. Then Rasulullah said, no problem, you ask your daughter. If your daughter says, okay, I'll let her go. There's no forcing and everything. Then the daughter said, no, I got married with him, and alhamdulillah, I'm very, very happy, very, very lucky, so I'm not going to do this. And also she talked something about Islam, and the father, he also became Muslim, Al-Haris, and the whole tribe became Muslim. And what happened? They give everything back to them. So imagine, they have their sheep and lamb and goat, everything as it is. They took everything back, went back to their place, Al-Muraisiyah, they start living like this. Only thing happened, they all became Muslim. What a wonderful story, because how they become all Muslim, and in between the daughter of the leader, she became one of our mother, Ummahatul Mu'minin. So inshallah ta'ala we'll finish it here. Next week, as I said, there's a main incident in Battle of Muraisiyah, and one point to mention, this is the only battle the Munafiqun also took part. They didn't take part in Badr. Actually, that time Munafiqun didn't start. In Uhud, as you know what happened in Uhud. They didn't take part, but Munafiqun take part in this battle. Why? Because they know there's a surprise attack, and Banu al-Mustalaq tribe was not a very skillful tribe. So they know it's like a sitting duck. They will get a lot of money from here. That's why the Munafiqun take part here, But after the battle, what happened? The slander of Aisha radiallahu anhu, as you all know the story, it will happen. I'll talk about it tomorrow. Next week. Next week we'll talk about few things about the other wives of Rasulullah because we didn't talk about that. That who are the names of the wives of Rasulullah, and also we'll talk about the incident happened after Al-Muraisiyah. Jazakallahu khair. Subhanak Allahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.